a beginner's workout and to get your mind straight? Well, today I have got Katie Morton in the house and we're gonna do just that. Are you ready, girl?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's do it. Right, the first exercise that we're gonna do is we're gonna do some squats. So we've got 1 minute on each exercise, and we're gonna go through 10. Perfect, right? So we're gonna put our knees out to the side, squat down, and all the way up to the top. So for everybody who doesn't know who you are, Katie, please tell them.
My name's Katie Morton. I'm a licensed therapist, and I have a mental health channel on YouTube where I answer all your questions about mental health.
This is so fascinating, and I know that you have helped so many people. So first of all, like, how did you even get started? What was the catalyst to get you going?
The funny thing is it was actually my boyfriend at the time, now my husband. He's in film production, and he went to an event where they were talking about the power of YouTube and reaching people. And at the time, I'm an eating disorder specialist, so I was working in a clinic, and he was like, you should educate about that. You always talk about people don't know and don't understand. And like any therapist, I was like, that sounds weird. I don't want to be on video.
Right? Yeah, you're like, yeah, I'm behind the scenes.
What do I do with my hands when I'm on camera? And so then he just kept like showing me people who were doing things on YouTube, and we just started it.
That's awesome. Okay, we're going to take it into our next exercise. So grab hold of your weights and we're going to take into bicep curls. And the reason I say that that is so awesome is because it's unique and different, is you have a skill set that you've decided not to just share with one person at a time, but I mean, thousands, millions of people that you can share at a time.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, so awesome. So how can they find you? Where do they go? Because people are already like, oh my goodness, where is this channel? I need it in my life now.
Just search for my name, Katie Morton. Morton like the salt or the steakhouse. You can find me.
Yes, I do love that steakhouse. I don't eat meat anymore, but like I do love going to that steakhouse. That's awesome. We're going to put all of your links below. So guys, make sure that you go and follow it. It's gonna make such a difference to your life and the people that you can help too. And what was it that even got you started on being a therapist?
To be honest, even when I was a kid, I always liked being the secret keeper. I know that sounds weird, but like I took pride in like, it wouldn't leave me. I would never tell your secrets to anybody else. And I get bored with regular jobs really easily. And the ability to work with people makes it always changing and always cool.
Okay, so different people. So what age did you get started and was like, you know what, that's my desire is to be a therapist?
I took my first psych class my senior year in high school, so I was 18. And then in college, I was a psych and music double major.
Wow, that's unique mix.
I sang in choir.
Yeah.
And for a while I thought I wanted to do music therapy, but it just wasn't for me. It's a great thing that people do, but it wasn't for me. I tried it, didn't really like it. And so then, yeah, just continued in college and took a year off to make sure it was really what I wanted to do, worked in the field, and yeah, just kind of grew from there. So
was there anything in your life that you felt like was something that happened to you that you were like, you know what, this is why I want to help others? Or were you like, I just feel so good that I want other people to feel this great all the time?
I mean, we all feel terrible sometimes. And my mom was really always pro therapy. So we started therapy as a family because all of our friends' parents were getting divorced. And my mom was like, we should talk about stuff and we should all go to therapy. Wow. God bless my mom.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to take it into some lunges so you can face me.
Oh, okay.
Go the other way, and we're just going to go alternating lunges.
So I always liked it. And then, I don't know. I mean, I have my own struggles just like anybody else. I always tell people, like, just because I know better doesn't mean I always do better.
Oh, okay, repeat that, repeat that.
Just because I know better doesn't mean I always do better.
Right, because I feel like that is a lot with other people. They go, I know the right answers. Why do I keep fucking up?
Totally.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm in my own therapy. She has to kick my ass sometimes too.
Okay,
and be like, you know better.
Okay, so you have a therapist too that you go to. And what age did you start going to therapy?
It was 15 with my family, and then kind of off and on since then. I'm not in it constantly anymore, but like when I need an extra push, like right before I was getting married, it was really stressful.
Yes.
Went in like twice a week for a while. When my dad died, I went in a lot. Yeah, now it's just whenever I feel like I kind of need a, when I'm crying watching commercials or getting angry randomly at like people who cut you off on the street.
Right, that happens, right? We're gonna take it into woodchopper. It's gonna be 30 seconds going this way and then 30 seconds the other way. So what would you feel like, why was your mum so intrigued about having therapy?
I think, I don't know. I think she heard from her friends that it was helpful and she started it herself and I think liked it. So I honestly haven't asked her. It's a good question.
Okay, right, let's keep going, girls. Twist that body. We're gonna take it over to the other side and let's take it down and then extend it up to the left. So what kind of workouts do you like doing?
I'm mainly a yoga girl.
Okay.
I mostly, like this evening, I'll go to one of my yoga classes and I go for walks. And the walks really aren't like workouts as much as like clear my head. And then when I travel, I actually do workouts on YouTube.
Yay, perfect. Okay, one more. And we're gonna take it down to the ground. We're gonna do some crunches. So with your workouts, is it like hot yoga?
Yes.
Yes.
Although I switch
Full
back and
sit-ups.
forth, depends.
Okay, so all the way up and nice and slow down. So when did you get started doing workouts, or when did you get started into yoga?
I was in graduate school. I'm 36, so it's probably been like 13 years. 14 years.
Okay.
I used to work at this restaurant. I was a waitress when I was in school, had to pay my bills, you know?
Yeah.
And one of the guys that would come in all the time was a teacher, an instructor, and he was like, "You've got to try it." At that point, I was like running a lot, and my knees would hurt, and it just wasn't good for me.
Yeah.
And it was more of a way to numb out than tap in. And he was like, "You've got to try it." And so I tried it, and I was hooked.
That's the way it goes sometimes. You try one, you got to try a couple of things to like actually make it sinking and be like, this is the thing I want to do. Okay, give me one more, all the way up, and we're going to come into the front and we're going to do some front punches. So I get a little bit of that adrenaline now. So how much do you think that exercise helps your mental health?
I think it really can, because it releases endorphins and all those feel-good chemicals in our brain. But there's a point where it can be too much, because if you're not feeling good, you should never feel like it's something that you have to do. Even a walk, I tell my patients, I'm like, even a walk around the block is a good test to see if it's something that will make you feel better, or if you actually just need to sit down, relax today.
Okay.
There's a balance.
So, and that's just something intrinsically that you know with your body what you should be doing.
Yeah, if you listen, you gotta be quiet. Sometimes we just force it.
And what do you find with most of your patients, people are maybe having challenges with, or they're struggling with?
I mean, it depends on my patients. I have like a wide variety.
Okay.
But because I specialize in eating disorders and self-injury stuff, more like body image, trauma, things like that. That's what I deal with most, which I know is so on opposite ends of things, but.
Absolutely. Okay, give me one more punch. And we're going to take it into donkey kicks, because I know that you did a couple of these on Cassie's challenge. And you were like nearly dying.
And I'm like, I don't do fitness videos.
We're going to do 30 seconds.
Oh wait, this leg.
Yeah, 30 seconds on each leg. So, you know, I struggled with an eating disorder when I was in my teens. And, you know, what's the first step that you are, I know that there's, you know, a lot of our audience that, you know, struggle with the way that they look and, you know, comparison. You know, what are you finding that is the first step to really helping someone cut through those emotions?
I think part of it is admitting you have a problem. And I know that sounds really generic, but it's really true, and it's hard sometimes to admit that it's an issue, because a lot of times that eating disorder voice is like, no, I'm just trying to be fit, or I'm just trying to eat clean, or it calls it something else. And so I think that's the hardest for most of my patients, and the first step. And then it's finding a therapist you connect with, because it's hard. You have to figure out why it exists in the first place, because eating disorders are just coping skills. It's not vanity. It's not just extreme dieting. It's a coping skill. Something else is going on.
Okay, release that leg. Those are done. They went pretty fast,
That was pretty fast.
Okay, we're going to grab these. We're going to stand up, and we're going to do 30 seconds on each side.
Oh, yeah.
And we're just going to crunch down to the side. Yeah, I feel like it is and admitting it to yourself. You feel like, is that the hardest part of the journey, or is it like once you've admitted it to yourself, you know, now that's when the work starts to conquer it?
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Like, people always, the stigma around getting help, you know, going into therapy, people are like, oh, you know, something's wrong with you. You're just taking the easy way out, asking for someone else to help you. And I'm like, no, therapy's really hard work. And I think the admitting part is difficult, but the hard work starts after that. Yeah,
and I think once you've admitted that you have a problem, it's like, wow, now I'm on the road to success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can start to feel better. You can see your progress, you know. Hopefully your therapist is like telling you all the good things you've done, how much work you've, you know, made.
Okay, let's take it over to the other side for 30 seconds. Woo! How's your body feeling? I just feel like it feels good.
I'm starting to sweat a little, which is good. I put on this long sleeve shirt because I was like, it might be cold outside.
Well, it is cold in the shade for sure, but now we're getting the sun like hitting this at this perfect time.
I'm not complaining.
Absolutely. Okay, girls, you're doing such a great job. We've got one more exercise after this, and just taking you through step by step. So this is a great, you know, couple of exercises. Maybe if you're not feeling 100% one day, that you just want to move your body and get yourself going, these exercises just going to wake everything up and maybe feed your soul. And if you're not feeling it, just like Katie said, have a sit down.
Yeah,
right?
it's okay.
Absolutely. 3, 2, 1. Okay, last exercise, we're going to do calf raises. So we're going to hold on to those weights anyway for a little bit more resistance. We're just going to come up onto our toes and come down. So that's it, all the way up and down we go. So most things that you're finding is people with eating disorders. What other areas do you feel that young teenage girls are suffering with right now or having challenges with?
Anxiety. That's probably, again, the most common. I mean, we know it's the most common mental illness, like period, in the world. But I think with all that we have to take in every day, all of the content, all of the, I mean, even for us, like all the stuff we're supposed to create, all the things we're supposed to look at online, all the things we're supposed to do, all the expectations, all the comparison.
And it's knowing that you're not alone, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like some people are like, oh my God, am I going crazy?
I know, am I making this up? Is something wrong with me?
Am I going bananas? And especially like, well, females, we have a more complex brain. We just have, our brain goes over each side. Men do one thing at a time.
Yeah.
It's just the way that we're literally designed. And you know, us females, we've got all these things going on, which is great, which is a skill set that we have. But you do sometimes feel that you're alone.
Yeah, or that you're making it up.
Making it up, totally.
Yeah, but you're not.
You're not. We all feel like that, right? Please raise your hand if you sometimes feel like you're crazy. Yeah, it's not crazy. It's just like, that's just how you feel. Okay, let's go for the last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release down.
Wow,
Boom.
we did it.
Woohoo! We have got so many more workouts for you guys. Okay, with so many other incredible experts and things. So make sure you check out this next video that I put up for you. Where can they find you?
Oh, just Katie Morton on every social media.
Everywhere. And we've got a podcast coming up that goes even further detailed. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
I am the creator of Get Your Pretty On, which is a style blog. And I also offer a membership site program which helps women build capsule wardrobes. But my ultimate goal is I want to make it as easy as possible